Xavi's Barcelona bombshell has left the club with 4 months to find a replacement to take over next season. News of his dramatic departure came after his side's farcical defeat by Villarreal. Bologna's Thiago Motta is the early favorite, but many supporters want Girona's Michel, while Joan Laporta is a longtime admirer of Jurgen Klopp. Meanwhile, the club's reserve boss, Rafa Marquez, has admitted he would find it difficult to turn down the job and has been tipped to be another candidate. Mikel Arteta, however, is not in the running despite a bombshell report in Catalan outlet Sport suggesting he could leave at the end of the season. Here, Mail Sport looks at the crisis club's options for the 2024-25 campaign. Thiago Motta has impressed in Italy with Bologna, who are in with a chance of finishing in the European places for next season. He has a Barcelona past, having played for the club after signing as a 17-year-old. His first team appearances were limited by injury, but he became pals with current Barca sporting director and kingmaker Deco, and their relationship is still strong. He ticks all the boxes. The easy choice. Rafa Marquez is already at the club coaching the B team. He could even take over sooner rather than later if Barcelona decide that Xavi should not stay on until the summer. He is close to Deco and represented by Jorge Mendes, who has huge influence now at the club. He said on Saturday night that if the chance came he would like to take it. The downside would be supporters' lack of enthusiasm for the appointment. He has so far not pulled up any trees with the second string. It's the easiest, but least impressive option. Taking from the neighbors. Just up the road from Barcelona, Girona are having an extraordinary season, and so much of that is down to coach Michel. He has already guided his team to a victory over Barcelona this season and plays a brand of football they would love to see at the Olympic Stadium. The problem is that Michel is now a Citigroup man and might feel it best to take Girona into Europe for the first time in their history next season, knowing that if he does well he could get the Manchester City job after Pep Guardiola. Laporta's dream. He has always been a big fan of Jurgen Klopp, and taking the Liverpool manager would delight Barcelona supporters. It's not quite the Barca style, but no one would care if he brought the same brand of football his teams have produced at Anfield. The big problem would be persuading him to give up his plans for a sabbatical to take over at such a chaotic club. His wage demands would also be higher than Motta and Marquez. He looks out of reach. The fancied outsider. Julen Lopetegui is available and could be an option now or at the end of the season. He has worked with Mendes in the past, and his record at his last Spanish club Sevilla was superb. He would sort out the shambolic defense and bring some dignified calm to a club whirling from one crisis to the next. Could become a very serious option if the club decide Xavi can't stay until June. The long shots. Francisco Garcia Pimienta was at Barcelona for over 2 decades as youth coach and has since thrived at Las Palmas. But it was current president Laporta who got rid of him, and he's unlikely to U-turn. Jose Mourinho is free and would certainly serve up a fiery dose of shock treatment for Barcelona's sleepy stars, but the supporters would never accept his appointment. Real Sociedad's Imanol Alguacil is highly fancied, but why would he leave his well-organized, impressive club to take on such a huge task?